Some people cry for help with loud voices, others whisper their pains so quietly the world almost misses it. And on a rainy evening at the edge of a lonely highway, a young woman stood trembling as a group of rugged bikers called the Iron Wolves surrounded her. She didn't raise her hands. She didn't plead, she simply whispered, "Do whatever you want." But what they found when her shirt shifted changed everything, something that would silence even the toughest men and rewrite the judgment they'd already made about her. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to support the channel Story Sphere. Your support helps bring more inspiring and emotional stories to life. The story: Maya was 24, tired, and carrying far more than the small backpack she clutched to her chest. She had been walking for hours, her shoes soaked through from the steady rain. Life had pushed her from one hardship to another, and now she found herself stranded miles from anywhere familiar. When she heard the rumbling of motorcycle engines behind her, she froze. 4 riders slowed to a stop. They weren't just any riders, they were the Iron Wolves, known locally as tough, intimidating men who rarely smiled and rarely backed down to their leader. Cole, a broad-shouldered man in his 40s with a heavy beard, stepped off his bike. "You lost?" he asked, his voice rough. Maya shook her head softly. She looked exhausted, but she forced a tiny smile. "I'm fine. Just keep going." Cole frowned. "You're soaked. You need help." Her eyes dropped to the ground. "Do whatever you want," she whispered, sounding defeated rather than afraid. The other riders exchanged glances. Something about her words didn't feel right, like she had already accepted the worst from the world. Cole stepped closer, not threateningly, but with quiet concern. When Maya shivered, her wet shirt shifted slightly, revealing a deep, long scar near her ribs. Cole stopped immediately. His rough exterior cracked. "Maya, who did this to you?" She flinched and turned away. "It doesn't matter. I just want to keep walking." But Cole shook his head. "No. Someone hurt you bad." Another rider, Tank, a tall man with a shaved head, moved softly, almost cautiously. "Ma'am, you need a doctor." "I need nothing," she whispered. "People only help when they want something in return." Her voice broke. That small tremble was all it took for Cole's expression to change completely. "Get her warm," he ordered. The men didn't touch her roughly. They simply guided her toward a tarp they set up beside the road. Cole gently lifted the back of her damp shirt only enough to see the full scar, stopping the moment she pulled away. It wasn't a fresh wound, it was old, jagged, and clearly from a time when she hadn't been protected. Cole stepped back, his chest tightening. "Someone treated you like you didn't matter." Maya blinked as tears mixed with the rain. "People don't care about girls like me." Cole stayed silent for a long moment, then removed his heavy leather jacket and placed it around her shoulders. "We care," he said quietly. "At least we're going to try." They took her to a nearby diner, bought her warm food, and waited until she stopped shaking. For a long while she was silent, watching them cautiously, expecting a catch, but there wasn't one. Cole finally asked, "Where are you headed?" Maya hesitated, then admitted she was looking for a shelter in a town 30 miles away. She had no family left, no money, and the only people who had promised her safety in the past had betrayed her. Cole leaned forward. "We'll take you." Maya looked up, confused. "Why? You don't even know me." Cole shrugged gently. "Everyone deserves someone on their side once in a while." Tank added, "Besides, the world's tough enough. Doesn't hurt to make it a little softer." For the first time that day, Maya smiled, small, fragile, but real. The Iron Wolves rode slowly so she felt safe, surrounding her like a protective shield. When they arrived at the shelter, Cole didn't just drop her off. He walked her inside, spoke to the staff, and made sure she had a room, clothes, and a warm bed waiting. Before he left, Maya touched his arm. "Thank you for seeing me." Cole nodded. "People aren't always what they seem. Sometimes the toughest ones are the ones hurting most." Conclusion: Maya found safety that night, not just in a shelter, but in the kindness of strangers who could have ignored her, but didn't. The Iron Wolves, tough on the outside, chose compassion when it mattered most, and sometimes, that's all it takes to change a life. Spread kindness. Notice the quiet voices. And remember, everyone is carrying a story you cannot see.